This question says that function f and g are defined for the domain minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and fx is half x plus pi by 6, and gx is cos x. Solve the following equations for gfx is equals to 1 and give your answer in terms of pi. Okay, so gfx is a composite function. So what do we have to do? We have to put f in the function g. So in g, we have to substitute the function f and then equate it to 1. Okay. This would be cos half x plus pi by 6 equals to 1. Okay. And the domain is going to be this. It's given in the question already. Also, we know that the domain of GF is actually equals to the domain of F. So this is already the domain of F and G both. So GF's domain is going to be the same as F's domain, which is this. So now this is a transformed trigonometric function. We'll have to do let y equals half x plus pi by 6, which makes this cos y equals 1. Also, we'll have to write this in terms of y. So if I make x the subject here, I could take the LCM here. Let me do that here. Okay, so y equals, if I take the LCM of 6 and 2, that's 6, and I get 3x plus pi here. Okay, so 6y minus pi upon 3 equals x. Okay. Let me write that here. X equals 6y minus pi upon 3. Okay, so next we're going to replace this with 6y minus pi upon 3. First, we're going to send 3 to the other side. So we get minus pi by 2. Sorry, minus 3 pi by 2. We have 6y minus pi here. And here we have 3 pi by 2. Next, we'll be adding pi's on both sides, on all sides, so that this minus pi gets eliminated. So add pi on all sides. So what is minus 3 by 2 plus pi? Minus 3 by 2 pi plus pi. That gives minus half pi. 6 in between. And now add pi to the other side. 3 pi by 2 plus pi is going to be, 5 pi by 2. This is y as well. Now I'm going to divide divide 6 on all sides. So I get minus 1 by 12 pi y here, and divide this with 6 as well. So 5 pi by 12. This is the domain of y. So I'm writing that here. Minus 1 by 12 pi. And the other one is 5 pi by 12. Okay. I'm just quickly going to check that what are these values in degrees so that I know what quadrants do they lie in. 5 into 180 divided by 12. That is 75 degrees. So the first quadrant, and minus 1 by 12 into 180 is negative 15 degrees. So the last quadrant. Okay, I need to clear the space. Okay, now we're going to find absolute angle from here. Absolute angle would be cos inverse of 1. Your calculator must be set in radians. Cos inverse 1 is actually 0 radians. So if we plot this, cos is positive in add and coffee. So we make a 0 degree, a 0 radians line here. It's going to be it's a negligible angle. So it's a line like this. Okay. So this is 0 degree and we have, sorry, 0 radians. And we have to check our solutions between 75 degree and -15. So our solution in this quadrant and this quadrant, they are just 0. So y came out to be 0. There's no other solution within the given domain, which is negative 1 by 12 pi and 5 pi by 12. Okay, so the only answer possible within this given domain is 0. And now from this 0, we're going to find the value of x. X would be minus pi by 3, which is the solution of part 1. Okay, now let's do part 2, in which we have to solve fg is equals to 1. So now we have to substitute g in f. Okay, so g has to be substituted in the function f and equated to 1. Also, the domain of fg is the domain of g, which is this. Both f and g have the same domains. Okay, now I'm going to substitute g in f. So it's going to be half cos x plus pi by 6 equals to 1. Let's make cos x the subject. This answer we'll have to give in 2 dt. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 minus pi by 6. And I'm going to multiply the answer with 2. So I get 3.04719. Hold on, let me check again. 1 minus pi by 6. Something doesn't seem right. Into 2 is 0.95. I'm sorry. So 0.9528. There's no way cos can have a value greater than 1 or smaller than -1 because we know the cos graph lies between 1 and -1. So when I got a 3, that was an indication that I've messed up the calculation before. Oh, sorry, this is -1. Okay, so now we find the absolute angle. So cos inverse is going to be 0.308. Absolute angle is 0.308 radians. Okay, so this will be plotted in add and coffee again. Okay, so we have the domain as between 90 and -90. So we're getting two solution, one positive. So one of the values of x is going to be 0.3 0108, and the other one is negative 0.308. In fact, the question had asked to give the values in 2 dp. So this is going to be 0.31 and negative 0.31.